What's up everyone, welcome to this video. Today we're going to review Viktor Gyokeres from the Lamine Yamal pack. He is a striker. Everybody's talking about this guy right now. He's supposed to be signing for Arsenal, but this card, he is still playing for Sporting in Portugal. 187, 90 kilo. He's a very strong striker, good offensive awareness, good finishing, good kicking power, enough speed really to be dangerous on the counter-attack, and of course physical contact. As you can see, 91. He's a strong guy. Let's have a look here at the player progression points. As you can see, I gave him 10 in shooting, 6 in dribbling, 12 in dexterity, 8 in lower body strength, and 4 in aerial strength. I gave him a little bit more in dribbling, took a point in shooting, and he had a point in goalkeeping one that added a little bit of jump. But I think it's better to actually give that in a dribbling because he's not all that good in dribbling. As you can see, he goes around the mid 80s, and that's not all that great. And as you can see, what he really likes here is passing in the mid 60s, and that's going to be probably one of the drawbacks of this card. Let's move on here with the booster. He's got the shooting as the first booster. Second booster, I haven't given him a booster token. I don't have one, but of course, as usual, striker instinct is going to be the best. Fantasista is going to be all right. Shooting will be all right also, and that's really what you're looking for here for Gyokeres. Let's move on now to the player skills. As you can see, he comes equipped with the following: heading, long range curler, long range shooting, acrobatic finishing, one-time shot, phenomenal finishing, outside curler, penalty specialist, aerial superiority, and fighting spirit. So he has a lot of the skills that would be needed for a striker. He doesn't really need much. Additional skills here is really what you want to give him, but as far as the ones that he come equipped with, he has everything that he needs to be really efficient in front of the goal. What you could add for the additional skills, I would say probably chip shot control. Here he doesn't have it. That would be one more tool that he would have to be able to beat the keeper. Then you could look at something like hill trick to play these 1-2 balls, and to have a little bit of a trick to fool the defenders and try to get away from them. Then I would perhaps give him a one-touch pass. His passing is pretty low, so if you try to do a one-time pass with him, it's going to be even worse. Giving him one-touch pass, it's going to allow him to be able to pass the ball along without losing it. And then for the last ones, I would probably give him something like dipping shot and a rising shot to help a little bit with his shooting. It is so good already. Adding these shooting skills is going to make it even more effective. But now let's take this card on the pitch and let's see how he performs. All right, here we go. We're playing with Viktor Gyokeres as our striker. Let's play on him right away. See how he can do on the header. Doesn't win the challenge here. Gyokeres doesn't win the header. Pavel Nedved. Neymar, he's got some space. Gyokeres was fighting for that ball, but he couldn't get it. Gyokeres with some space. Couldn't really turn around, not agile enough to do a move like this. And Nedved with the header. Gyokeres was nowhere to be seen here in the middle of the box, but good cross from Bale. Finds Nedved, who has the edge crossing. He should be crossing, but somehow he scores a header here. Gyokeres, a header. Never wins these challenges. For a taller guy, that's quite surprising. All right, Nedved going to have a chance. Gyokeres, is he going to finish that? No, no. How does he miss that? Terrible here. All right, another header for Gyokeres. This time he wins the challenge, finally. Okay, Gyokeres with some space here. He doesn't run fast enough to get to that ball. Gyokeres missing once again. I think it kind of shows his level. Alright, so overall, this Viktor Gyokeres is quite disappointing. Not that I expected all that much from him, but he missed some very easy chances, some sitters right in front of the goal, and I was actually quite surprised that he would miss that because, you know, honestly, a showtime card, a card that you have to pay to get in the game, you shouldn't miss something like that. Now he is a little bit, it reminds me of Batistuta, but not quite as good in terms of finishing as Batistuta. He is fast enough to participate to the game, but he's not fast enough to be taking the ball on the counter and get away from the defender. He's not all that good at dribbling, and his passing is just so bad that, you know, once you give him the ball, essentially you're not going to get it back. So you have to focus just on finishing with him. But his agility is not all that good that he can get away from the defender. So you really need to find him alone in the box to be able to score, and that doesn't really happen if you're playing against strong defense. And on top of that, he plays for Sporting, so that means that you're not going to be able to use him in any of the events in the game. If he was playing for Arsenal, like you know, he's supposed to be signing for in the next few days, then perhaps you could use him in the English club event. But now playing for Sporting, essentially this card, I'm not really going to use this guy. And in this pack, in this Yamal pack, Yamal is really the outstanding player, and it's often the case when you have one player, one headliner who's very strong. The two other cards in the pack, they're not going to be that good, and that's the case with Viktor Gyokeres. So once you get Yamal, I would say, you know, don't bother with Gyokeres. He is not worth it. But that is it for today, guys. Thank you for watching this review. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a like, and I will see you all on the next one. Peace.